but hold on to it that went out of bounds. But I think there was offsides on the kickoff, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So South Harrison's going to start at their own 35-yard line. We talked about mistakes early, and that pick six is going to come back to haunt the Hawks. I mean, they attempted that screen pass, and I thought the same thing happened as what you pointed out the first time they attempted it. The receivers didn't block.
They did not. You are right.
Shotgun formation, two receivers to the left. Snap comes back. Haddock's in there now, trying to just run it, and nothing happening. He's going to lose a couple yards on the play. The score here, 14-0 at Gary Barnett Field in rainy conditions. And we're going to take a break, give a chance for our sponsors. Stay tuned. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. And we are live here. South Harrison looking to get something going. They're trailing here 14-0. They're going to go with this 5 receiver look again. 1 to his left, 4 to his right. I'm assuming another screen pass. They fake the screen. It's going to be a long pass, intercepted again at the 50. Number 6, who is the exact same kid that intercepted it the first time. And we're trying to get our roster information loaded, Danny. But I'll tell you, just things are really, really bad for the Hawks right now.
I just have to question, why are you throwing the football? I even said earlier they're not going to be able to throw the ball tonight. It's obvious because of the conditions. And let's be honest, we're talking about a third and fourth team quarterback in here and receivers that are backups. I mean, Radcliffe has been at quarterback. He's been at receiver. I mean, these kids are moving all the way around. They're new to the positions. And then to come right out and throw it, and it was a deep pass. They tried to throw a deep pass there. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Snap comes back, handoff to the back who has a lot of room. Tries to get to the outside, turn the corner. He does. He's got one defender to beat, and he's not going to do that. Parker Bunch, with the assistance of Jacob Haddock's, able to make the tackle, but not before he gets down inside of the 15-yard line. That runner there, number 1, Chance Dove, the individual who has the 2 receptions, the senior Adam Larson. And, Danny, his running back, that's number 1, Chance Dove. And Dove gets into the, East Hardy scores another touchdown. Wow, speaking of Le'Veon Bell, I wish he would come back. He's killing my fantasy football team.
Anyone that picked him early, it's hurt because nobody knew that he wasn't going to show up, and I would have done the same thing if I had that first or second pick.
I had the number 1 pick, yeah.
I would have done the same thing, but as a Steeler fan, I'm also frustrated with him. Show up and play football, man.
Extra point attempt is good. I tell you, it looked like from our point of view it went under the field goal post, but the officials were standing right in zone, and South Harrison gets
from Showings 04-629-3608. Email Danny at homefindersplus.com or visit our website, homefindersplus.com. Danny Knight, Home Finders Plus, broker Monica Gorel, 304-629-3608.
And East Hardy set to kick it away to the Hawks. 21-0 is the score. The Hawks going to try to get something going here. It's a low kick, takes a hop right around the 36, picked up there by Zach Feathers, number 45, trying to get somewhere, and he's going to be thrown back to the 35-yard line. Looked like he was going to make some progress, Danny, but that was quickly snuffed out.
Very quickly. It was open for a second. He wasn't able to get a lot of traction to get much speed there either. So now we're going to find out, are the Hawks going to adjust and get away from the pass where they've had two consecutive plays, two consecutive interceptions, and the conditions are not such that you would tend to throw the football. Let's see what they do now if they adjust. I think you just got to try to pound the ball up in there and hope your offensive line can block.
Looks like they're going to move. Well, they looked like they were going to move to an I formation. Now they get back into more of a pistol look. Snap's going to come back to Radcliffe. He's going to hand it off to Haddix. Haddix runs straight ahead. Correction, that's not Haddix. That is, yes, it is Haddix. Tell you the uniforms are getting dirty and it's difficult to see. But it was Haddix.
It's going to get worse, I think, too. We're still very early in the second quarter. It's never a good sign when this early you're looking at the clock being like, oh, man, there's still that much time left.
Yeah. Gain 3 there. Brings up 2nd down and 7, ball at the 38-yard line. Snap comes back to to Radcliffe. Hand off to Haddix. Haddix is hit immediately. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Regardless, 3rd down.
The left end there for the Hawks clearly moved before the snap. Flinched, moved, whatever you want to call it. I thought everybody saw it. I certainly did. The official went wide is
to Dove. Dove slips a tackle, breaks out, still on his feet, and he'll go into the end zone for another East Hardy touchdown. He actually spun off. Well, one of the Hawk defenders wrapped him up, and then he just kind of spun him around. He stayed on his feet, and it was almost like kind of like a rubber band type thing. He slung him around and gave him a little momentum, and he all the way into the end zone. Dove scores again, and East Hardy's up 27-0.
Very good balance there. I mean, he kind of snuck right through the middle of the defense. Looked like they were in slow motion, but he was running full speed. And then the Hawk defender did have a chance, but just, like you say, spun him around and kind of catapulted him the rest of the 50 yards for the touchdown.
Funkhauser will attempt the extra point. It's up and through, 28-0. Now, I've got to get back to this screaming fan.
Violent.
Because, I thought, are you kidding me? Because it sounded like someone was threatening. It was violent, right? And, of course, they changed it, by the way. So if that tells you anything, they definitely changed it.
Yeah, everybody heard it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should have prefaced the conversation by saying that the scoreboard said it was first quarter. It was actually second quarter. And this fan was very concerned about the fact that it's second quarter. Right?
Typically, people are more upset by it. That was a hold or something that has to do with the game.
Well, I've got a theory here. This is kind of where I'm going.
I think I might know, but go ahead.
Okay, so I think that things are so bad. I'm just that we're taking it out on the clock operator.
Well, I was going to say, that's how bad we don't want it to be the first quarter.
We're glad it's over.
Right, because I was just saying, man, there's so many minutes left. Remember I said,
yeah.
And she feels the same way. But then she was like, oh, my gosh, it's the first quarter. But if you're going to do that, say fourth quarter, because we need it to be the fourth quarter.
Right, yes.
I wonder if they would have moved it to the fourth.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me add some substance to this. That we are not by any means mocking these Hawks or these players or this coaching staff. Let me tell you something.
Or the fans. Maybe a little bit.
Well, at least not all the fans.
Slightly. Just one.
Just one. Anyway, kickoff into the hands of Parker Bunch. He's got some room. He takes a hit, and he's brought down at the 30. Now, here's the thing. So let me continue with that. I think in situations like this, it's good to laugh.
Right.
Because the kids are out there. These kids are young.
They are.
They're out there busting their butts They're working really, really hard, and the coaching staff week in and week out continues to try to find that thing that will make them successful in the face of tremendous adversity. Danny, tremendous adversity.
There's no doubt. I mean, just week in and week out, injuries to key players. Their big three, if you want to call them that, not playing at all. I mean, it's a lot of adversity. There's no doubt. I've never seen this many injuries ever.
First down and 10 from the 31 on a roster that was already shortened.
That matter? I don't know.
I'll get back to it in a minute. Handoff.
Just a matter of East Hardy's winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. But speaking of the youth, let's just talk about that play. Radcliffe and Haddix are both freshmen, correct?
Correct.
2 freshmen. And what I see, so they're young. And I know they have a lot of experience, and so people would say, well, at this point, they're not freshmen. But there's still something about them that's freshmen, and we'll come back to it.
Loss of 2 brings up second down and 17 now. The spot was at the 24. Generous. Snap back to Radcliffe. Fakes the handoff. Throws it up the field. And just over the head of number 25, Seth Pumphrey. And it also
East Hardy's the more team and the stronger team. But some of that is because they're playing more juniors and seniors. We're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Yeah. And even though these kids have more experience now, they don't have the size and strength that they will have in a couple years. And some of these kids are taking hits. Their kids are bouncing off. Our kids are going down. And I really think it's a difference of being younger and not as strong yet, but they will get there.
So Coach Underwood sent the punt unit out, but it's only third down, so they're running back off the field.
She should have stood up and screamed, "It's third down." Maybe he was just hoping for this down to be over too. I don't know.
There was a penalty and it was declined, and I think that's what happened there. We'll see. So now it's going to be third down and 17. Again, the ball at the 24-yard line. 4 receivers. Snap back to Radcliffe. He will pass. Passes across the middle of the field. Almost intercepted again. And again, getting his hands on the ball is number 6, Adam Larson. He's hurt the Hawks multiple times this evening. I'll tell you, this East Hardy team comes in with a couple wins on the year, and I'm surprised they don't have more. You got to think this is a team last year, and this is what I kind of think about. South Harrison's down, East Hardy's down, but you look at the score; it's 28-0. These are 2 teams last year that were top 3 football teams in the state of West Virginia.
We talked about it last week, like what a difference a year makes. It was a massive game last year with St. Mary's, and then this year it's 2 teams with very few wins, and then it's the same thing this week. Last year, the East Hardy game was big time game, and this year they've got 3 wins combined between the 2. But East Hardy, I don't think they're as young. I really, and not to harp on it, but we are a young football team, and that does make a difference, not just from experience, but also from a physical size and strength standpoint. To me, that's what's going on in this game. That coupled with, the interceptions have hurt. And I go back to not understanding why we're throwing the football tonight in these conditions. And the other thing is, this is just from a standpoint of the clock. I mean, the clock stops running. It's 28-0. You just want this clock to keep running.
I'm sorry, I was eating a cookie.
It looks. I'm going to eat one as well.
You're going to have to talk. I'm chewing.
Okay, I'll come up with something. Colombo back to punt again, and he gets kudos tonight because he's made 2 or 3 nice catches and done a tremendous job to get the punts off. So we do want to highlight that.
Fake punt.
Physical.
Running back in the game, and he gets the ball. Runs ahead for about 6. It does number 32, Austin Alt. He's a junior.
Number 32, Austin Alt on the carry.
Gets down inside the 20 to about the 19.
They're just, all East Hardy's doing is just running basic plays. But why is it working for them?
Battle.
They're just, the offensive line is doing a good job of opening up holes.
They do have a different.
Really. raining. It's kind of cold. The more it rains, the colder it gets. Field's a muddy mess. Again, you talked about, you asked me if I played football, if I liked it. I didn't. I'm sure some players do. But these nights are miserable when in a game like this early on, kind of a blowout already. It just makes it really difficult.
Snap back to Funkhauser here on third down. Hand off to Alt. Alt straight up the middle has a first down inside the 15. And some players for East Hardy kind of throwing their hands up like, what's that about? But I didn't see anything, but it's a first down.
One of the Hawk players had a little extracurricular activity after the play, knocking one of the players down. A player that has showed frustration at times in the past as well. And we understand that competitive spirit.
First and 10 from the 13. 3 receivers, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Funkhauser, high snap, picks it up, looking for room, and just tries to make something happen, but he's in a very muddy portion of the football field. He slips, he slides, he goes down, lost there. Now it's going to be second down and about 25.
High snap. He did a great job just to even get it back, although I'll say this, it was a lucky bounce that kind of bounced right back up to him, or that could have been worse. But, I mean, he just couldn't get his feet. I mean, it's slippery. And, again, I feel like I'm harping on it, but it's going to get worse. So let me put a positive spin on it. In a game like this, with crazy field conditions, sometimes crazy things can happen. You know, I'd like to see South Harrison try to get back to running the ball a little bit more. And you just never know. You get a couple big runs, then they have some turnovers. I mean, this kind of game can also get crazy because of the conditions. If you're a Hawk fan, that's what you're hoping for.
Quarterback Cole Poole comes in, and there's a false start. He's running back off of the field, and that's going to back him up to about second down, and I'm going to call it 30. All the way back at the 34-yard line.
Long way to go, for sure. So at this point, the fake punt and good field position isn't hurting the Hawks. We'll see if they can hold on to it.
Snap back to Funkhauser. He's going to keep it. Trying to turn the corner. He's down to the 30, and then he's going to be tackled by number 73, Kirkpatrick. Also, Seth Pumphrey flying in there.
Pumphrey came in there, really put a nice shot on the quarterback at the end, and you could tell he's having fun. And if a player like Pumphrey, this is his guy. You know, he's a strong physical player. He wants to hit you. I mean, he probably is having a good time in this. Just, you know, you get in the mud and you just can hit people. That's what you like. I mean, looked good on that play.
4 yards gets them up to the 26, but they still have about 23 yards to go. Funkhauser gets the snap, going to pass. The lefty looks up the field, tucks it. Now he's going to run. Slips a tackle, still on his feet, cuts back to the inside, and is going to go down about the 14-yard line, and that's going to get them back to the original line of scrimmage. So a nice little run there, a run of 13 to 14 yards is going to bring up fourth down and right around 10.
I thought he did a very nice job to get that much yardage on the play and get them back into somewhat manageable, I guess. I don't know if they could kick it would probably be a normal field goal range. Of course, the last time it was a very low kick, barely got over the crossbars. They'll probably go for it here.
They're huddled up, but they're clearly going to run down the play clock and call a timeout. 1:50 to go here and counting in the second quarter. Stay tuned for the Richards Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show. We'll talk about some things happening here at the South Harrison High School campus.
It is the second quarter.
It is.
As we were reminded earlier.
It is.
I wonder if she'll remind us in the third and the fourth as well.
Time will tell. Score here 28-0. Take a quick timeout, and we'll be back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their website.
For a second, but and I think he fought his way to a first down. It was what? 2nd and 30 something, or 1st and 30 or something like that.
Officials timeout. I think they're going to measure. Yep, they're going to measure. It's close. I think he got it.
I think so too.
He has some skill. He's doing that on poor field conditions.
His balance is good, and you said it earlier, just his patience.
He did not get it.
Wow. His patience, I think, it really factors into this kind of field conditions. I thought he got it, but that was close. Barely didn't.
Looks like another injured player. That's Logan Langford, number 81. He came in not 100%. On the sidelines now. Just the struggles continue for the Hawks. I feel for these coaches. I feel for the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel for the coaches as well.
No doubt. It's difficult for everyone right now.
Looks like I formation. Radcliffe is under center. He's just going to quarterback sneak it. Gain maybe a yard on the play, maybe 2 at the most. 2nd down. Just trying to get some breathing room, get away from that end zone.
Yeah, I'd say just trying to get a little breathing room, as you said. And, of course, the clock is running down as well. I think if they could get out of the half here without another turnover or giving them the ball back deep in territory, the coaching staff would probably be satisfied with that.
Play clock at about a minute. Or I should say game clock. Play clock at 10.
And it's the 2nd quarter.
It is. I wish I had like an audio of that. You know, we did play it right before, at the end of the first, at the beginning of the 2nd.
Uh-oh.
Safety. Yep, safety.
Okay. I know. So on 1st down, we're going to run a quarterback sneak in order to gain, because we want to play it safe and we want to get the clock running and we want breathing room.
You could have run the clock out.
We want breathing room. But that was a toss. That was a pitch.
Into the end zone.
So you're tossing it back, which is a little bit dangerous considering how slippery everything is. And then you're going backwards. That was not – I'm not sure. No need for that call right there. It is what it is, but –
40 seconds to go. It's 30-0. The Hawks now going to kick it back to East Hardy. You'd have to imagine they'll just run the timeout and move on. Anyway, I was saying I really feel for the coaches and for the players. It's been a year of adversity, a lot of adversity, and it just seems like it keeps mounting up against them. Next week will end their regular season. Well, their season as a whole is they're not a candidate for the playoffs, as Liberty of Clarksburg is going to come here to Gary Barnett Field in a season finale, senior night next week.
It's hard to believe it's that deep into the season and already senior night. I feel like it's gone very quickly.
Yeah, it's fast.
And then the games sometimes have gone very slowly, but the season itself has gone quick. Amazing.
Hawks will kick it away from their own 20. Basketball season right around the corner. Monday, the Hawks volleyball team is going to go to Dodgers County. We can talk about that at the half for sectional play. I'm going to brag on
Very determined, running hard. When I said there's a minute left here, you may just run the. If you can get out of this half without any more turnovers or points or anything like that, you'd feel satisfied. People may have been like, "Oh, it doesn't really matter. You're down 20." 9 points later,
right?
You see, and that, which is just another that's demoralizing thing. That's why just run it and run the clock out. It's raining. Don't throw the football. Those are some things tonight, and I'm not trying to be critical, but it is frustrating, because those are some things. Did somebody fall? But those are some things that, the game wouldn't be as bad as it is right now without some of these things that choices and decisions that are being made.
I really don't know what's happening, actually.
Well, so a lot has happened here. Besides the game, we've had fans yelling violently. Mm-hmm. We've been delivered cookies in the middle of
that, which was very pleasant.
And someone just, extremely loud noises from the next room over, which we felt, it almost sounded like someone fell from above, but I don't think that happened.
It did not.
But it sounded like it.
I think an object fell from above.
I felt it's just a lot of distractions.
Yeah. Funkhauser going to attempt the extra point and kicks it up. Puts it through. And it's going to make it 37-0 with 21 seconds left. What do you say?
It's the second quarter. I wanted to say it. No, it's hard. I wanted to say it violently, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to scare anybody at home. There could be small children listening. Hey, a small child would have been scared. I was.
Apparently, a lot of people were, because I've never seen something on the scoreboard change so quickly in my life.
They said, "Oh."
It's kind of comical. I don't have any idea who did it, but it's kind of comical. But you know what? I think it's a sign of the frustration.
Sure, it is.
It's just frustration that now we're keying in on the what quarter it is.
Yes,
it happens.
But she was correct.
Yes,
it's not like that she was yelling about something. Sometimes fans yell at stuff and they're wrong. But she was absolutely right. I'm sure people are saying, why are they talking about this? Because it's 37-0 in the first half.
Yeah.
And it happened. And we want you to know, at home we want you to feel like you are here.
The scene to be set.
Yeah, you and if you were here, you would have heard that. So it would be an injustice to the listeners at home had we not commented.
I'll be interested in listening to the playback to see if it came over.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You're loving it.
I do. I just love these other funny things that happen. Why are they kicking it off from?
I think South Harrison was assessed a penalty in the middle of our.
They would have had to have 2. 15 because they're kicking off from our
45.
Yeah, our 40. They're kicking off in our field, our side of the field. Never seen that before.
There was a couple personal fouls, I believe. Sells into the end zone. Something's happening again.
Someone yelled, "Let it go," in a similar sounding voice as to second quarter.
Somebody's on a rampage.
Let it go.
Snap comes. Quarterback sneak. Somehow he breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and is actually going to make a run of it. He literally just came out of the pile. It's going to be a first down run from a quarterback sneak.
And that's the second time they've got a first down on a quarterback sneak. That was like a 10-yard run.
Clock is now running. I was silent because there was a lot happening.
Some confusion there. I think the Hawks were fine to let the clock run out. The clock operator wanted to keep it in the second quarter, didn't start it. The officials
back. Both teams making their way in at the half.
Now we have members of the coaching staff messing. No, I'm kidding about that. But people, just random people in the booth here messing with our sound equipment.
Yeah. All right, we're going to switch gears to the Richards Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show. Stay tuned. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. It's halftime here at Gary Barnett Field. 37-0 is the score. And the Hawks trailing here, it's just been one bad thing after another. And, Danny, if you think about, the first half of this football game, it's kind of like it's like how the season has went, really. You know what I mean? It's just one thing after another, and it snowballs. And, the Hawks have another injured player in Logan Langford. And it's just one thing.
Who has become one of the more solid players so that's where it's frustrating.
We talked about with players going down with injuries, other players needed to step up, and Logan Langford has been one of those. On Monday, the South Harrison girls volleyball team is going to go to Doddridge County to begin sectional play. We're going to open up with Tigard Valley times at this point. Clay Battelle is a team that we have played really, really well against, and honestly, I felt like our mistakes cost us late. But I love the draw, and if we can get those 2 wins, we'll really be in the mix of things.
What's the seeding coming in then? How's that?
So basically, how it's done is there's 7 teams in our section. Mm-hmm. Of those 7, we've beat Tigard Valley and have not played Gilmer. Okay, so then we lost to Trinity, whose Trinity's very, very good. Although we played really, really well against Trinity both times. Lost to Clay Battelle and lost to Notre Dame in the regular season. So, obviously, we fall under those teams. But the winner's going to play Clay Battelle. I love the draw. Tigard Valley's a team we've beaten multiple.
As you advance down, but, so if you guys were able to get past those first 2 games, does that put you into the semis? Is that where?
Yeah, so put us into the semis and match us up against, let's see, so wait a minute now. So Clay Battelle would be the second-seeded team. So if we beat them, then it probably pits us against a Notre Dame, I would say. And I probably should know more about that. I haven't been given a bracket as of yet, and but I can say that my focus right now is Tigard Valley and Clay. That's absolutely the most important thing. So I kind of do things that way.
Yeah, you have to.
I don't think ahead.
I think you have to, because you can't. If you don't win the one, you don't play. Yeah.
Right. If you don't win those, you don't go anywhere.
No
and
doubt.
We feel like we feel really good against Tigard Valley. Clay Battelle's a game we can win. We feel like it will be a very nice stamp on our season to get that W that we think we can get.
And let's talk about that. From a program standpoint, how to get postseason wins is a big deal.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but momentum has really shifted our way. We didn't get our winning season like we had hoped, but we're leaps and bounds better, and our record is leaps and bounds better than it was last year in year 2. Still young, only 2 seniors. You take a look at some of the games we've had to play. Magnolia, top-notch program, right? Went to Tyler Consolidated and played them. Buchanan, Upshur, North Marion. We've played all those big time teams. So when you look at our schedule and you say, well, you didn't win a lot of games. What I think is more impressive is how we played in the Mason-Dixon against teams that are more our level. But we just this week we played 6 sets. We played Valley Wetzel, beat them 3-0, and then we played Grafton, a double-A program, and beat them 3-0.
Nice.
And that's how we've played this week. So, yeah, the girls are, and we've made a few changes, which, the more I understand about it, because I'm not afraid to say it. I'm still learning a lot, but the more I understand, then it enables me to kind of scheme things around. And so I'm really excited about some things we've tweaked going into sectional play on Monday. I'm excited about that.
Definitely, it's exciting when you get into postseason and watching the program grow. As you mentioned, like last year, you guys really from where the program had really took a step forward. You took another, sounds like, big step forward again. And if you can close out the season here with that just really puts icing on the top and then sets the stage for the future. So. It's exciting, and kudos to you as the coach and your assistant coach and the girls for working this hard, because I know you guys have worked hard.
The interesting thing is, and anyone that knows me they know I coach hard. I mean, you know it better than anyone. And last year I didn't really coach them hard last year. I've coached them harder this year. And like today in practice, we were going over some different base defenses and our blocking schemes, and I wasn't real pleased with the how do you say it? The way they were. What's the word I'm looking for? The way they were
executing effort.
Effort may be the better word. I wasn't approach.
Okay.
There it is. I wasn't pleased with their approach to practice, and so. I got on them, and the gym was quiet, and I was not so quiet. And I told them, I said, ladies, we got to pick it up. This is it now. You win or you go home. But what I love about coaching these girls is they're a sponge. They just take it in, and their play and their approach improved. And we were able to have a very productive practice. And they want to win. They want to be successful. And I think they see that they have a coaching staff that wants to be successful as well, and it makes a big difference.
It makes a really big difference when they have that kind of leadership, and then they're responding to it very well. That's what I was going to ask, is how did they respond? And it sounds like they responded well, and it sounds like a team that is getting better.
They are.
Even like going into sectional play. That's what you want. You get into the postseason and you want to be playing your best and still improving. It's a young team. It makes them a dangerous team in the postseason, I think, because this team's young. They're getting better. The program's getting better. I don't know that I'd want to have to play a team like that.
I would imagine that Clay Battelle is not very pleased with having to play us, because the last time they played us, they came to South Harrison, and I mean, in many ways, we end up losing overall, and we're seeing a difference in these girls, and which our parents are, and they're saying, hey, they're playing so much better. You guys are getting so much better. But then the teams that you've played for the second time in the season, when they're coming up to you and they're losing to you, or even if they haven't lost, they're coming to you and saying, wow, coach, I don't know what's happening in the gym, but you guys are getting better. And that's what you want.
I think they're the best compliments you could ever get come from the other coaches.
Yes,
because
I agree.
That's who you're coaching against, and they know the situation better than anybody. And when you get those coaches coming back saying
they're not emotionally involved.
No, and they're not. They don't want you to get better.
Right.
So I mean, and they're not looking for you to get better. So if they notice it, it's definitely something. And then to say it, you don't always get to hear about the volleyball. That's what we want to happen, and because these student athletes they're working hard and they're doing very well.
Yeah, and talking about Hawk Nation moving forward, obviously next week we have a football game, but Hawk Nation is going to continue to put out a weekly podcast as long as we can continue to get the support. We're going to put out a weekly podcast. One of the things we're going to do almost immediately after the football season ends is we're going to do a season wrap-up, and we want to go back and look at all the teams and how they fared and who were the standouts. And I think it's really important to do that. We had some success in boys and girls soccer both, and volleyball and football and cross country, our runners cross country. We want to reach out to all these individuals, and then we want to do a preview of the upcoming seasons.
Yes.
So a lot happening, a lot going on, and TD Productions is going to be there to cover it, and we hope that you, the listening audience, will continue to support it and stand with us as we move forward. You're listening to the Richards Heating and Air Conditioning Halftime Show. The South Harrison High School Marching Band on the field providing the halftime entertainment. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the round ball as boys and girls basketball set to get underway. Well, girls will start the 5th of November and boys scheduled to tip on the 12th. Stay tuned.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
We want to thank Joe Richards and Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for their constant support. Again, one of the very first to jump on board to help support this broadcast of South Harrison High School football. And they've been with us now for a couple years, and we appreciate the partnership standing beside us, but more importantly, because it's not about us. It's about this school, it's about this community, and it's about our student-athletes walking the hallways of the school.
Because of that support, we're able to do this, and we're able to build upon it. And they've been consistent and a real good supporter, and we're hoping to see more folks like that come on board so that we can continue to expand this, because what you hear is what we can do now, but there is more.
Right.
And I think a lot of people do enjoy what we do. We do get a good bit of feedback that's very positive. And we can make it better, and we can do more, but we do need the support in order to do that. And that's not just that's just telling it the way that that's just telling the facts.
Absolutely. Well, Danny, November 12th for us, right around the corner, right? I mean,
crazy. 2 weeks.
It's difficult for me to disconnect from, because I want the girls to have Coach Sears who's focused. But it'd be a lie if I said, I'm excited for basketball. I'm excited for the upcoming season, and I put everything in its proper place. We're gonna finish strong with volleyball, and then I'm gonna take a little time to recover, and I say a little time because that's all there is.
Yes.
And be ready to go 150% with boys basketball. But we've talked about it in segments over the past several weeks. But we're really excited about the upcoming season.
Very excited, and we hope that excitement, we know the kids are excited, the players, they definitely are, and the parents. I mean, everyone involved with the program is very much so looking forward to this upcoming basketball season, and we want to hopefully create a little bit of hype. I don't know if that's the right word, but in the community, and we're doing that because we know and are very confident that we're going to have a really nice season, and it could be a very special season if we stay healthy. This is definitely the most talented team and the most experienced team that is coming back for South Harrison basketball in
a long time,
years and years, and one of the top ever in both of those categories. And so we're very excited. Pieces coming together. And again, health is going to make a difference and an impact. We want to stay healthy, but it's going to be fun. And we're biased, but
we're being
at the
honest.
same time, we're not going to say this because when you talk like this, it does put a little bit of pressure on. But there's no pressure in it. We're just kind of stating the facts.
Well, the first thing is we have everyone back but 2 players from last season, right? Which is not completely true. We lost several seniors last year, but we lost 2 starters, and Logan Peck and Taylor Smith. Now, that's not to minimize the other young men, Caden Chips, Isaiah Boffman, those guys that were practice guys that pushed us. Yeah. Quality of practice is key. If you cannot simulate what you're going to see week or night after night throughout the week, it makes it more difficult. But I felt like we were able to do that last year. Obviously, the injury to Cam Barnett last year stifled things a little bit in what was still a successful season. And as you say, if we can stay healthy, so we're basically looking to fill 2 roles. Logan was a 4-year starter. Was one of the best shooters that I've ever coached. But not only a shooter, he was a tremendous leader.
Right.
He always had something to say that built the team, that strengthened the team. And he was a tremendously hard worker. That's difficult to replace.
When I think of him, and I do think of that, that's going to be it's the intangible things, and those are some of the unknowns. We have to see who is or who can or who will step up from a leadership standpoint. Because he was always vocal leader. He led by example. He did practice very hard, and he made sure the other kids did as well. And so those things, that's where you have to develop. It's a new team. It's a new year. You need new leaders to step up and new chemistry. But that's one, where maybe like from a talent perspective, we feel really good coming back. But we know there's some things such as that, intangible things, and that still are yet to be seen. And those things make a difference to put you over the top.
Well, and the other things that, he was highly intelligent, is highly intelligent.
Yes.
Which I remember when he walked in the gym for the first time, the freshman, I thought, wow, wow, he's super smart. And he is. So you've got that aspect of it. And then you have the selflessness that he provided, in that he was willing to take, a second seat sometimes in order for the team to be more successful. And there was times where he had to, be the leader on the floor and had to score the points and all that. But he was just willing to do whatever it took. And that's a big part of it. I mean, having that chemistry and meshing. But, and then we lost a shooter in Taylor Smith, who was a very good three-point shooter. But you look at what's coming back. You have Nick Finstemacher, who is also a 40-year starter. He started for us since he was a freshman. And I tell everyone this. He knows more. He knows more about what I like to do and what I want to do in situations than probably anyone on the floor. And he's comfortable in that role. And it's been tried by fire sometimes. I can remember the games as a freshman or as a sophomore where he learned by making mistakes, which is all part of it. But he's going to come back as a leader, and he has the ability to shoot the ball, and he has the ability to score off the bounce. And then you have Brent Barnett, who can pour in almost what he wants each and every single night. Tremendous athletic ability. Mm-hmm. He's coming back as a starter. You have my son coming back, who's he's a very good shooter. His defense at the perimeter is pretty decent. And then you mix in, the young man who just moved into the area over the summer, Caleb Jenkins. He just takes us to a whole new level. Mm-hmm. He's a point guard. He can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward. He can play any of those. But he's very good with the ball in his hands, and he's tough to guard. He's tough to guard. So, and then we're going to figure out who that fifth starter is. But we have a ton of young men coming out. Sign-up sheet, I mean, there's a lot of interest. We have a ton of freshmen coming in who want to play and be a part of the program. And then even beyond that, Danny, what a very talented group of eighth graders in the middle school that play all the time. They play all the time. So it's not only this year, but we feel like we can maintain some success.
No question. This is definitely a year we've looked forward to and we've pointed to. It's kind of the big year for us. But some of what you're saying, we're excited because, you've developed a program now to where it's not just every once in a while where this happens. We're going to see consistently good teams and winning seasons and not major drop-offs, because that can happen. Just sometimes you get a spike in talent, and we have that now, but we see some consistency. And just the talent in the program and the amount of work that people have put into it from on our roster top to bottom. Like
yes.
we're mentioning some of the starters and some of the bigger name players, but we have a lot of other very good players that honestly in past years would have been some of the big names. And I like our younger players. Obviously I coach at the JV games, and last year we took a step forward with our competitiveness and some more wins and some things that we did, and that's going to we're going to be a very difficult team to beat JV wise because there's going to be such good players playing that normally in the past maybe would have been playing varsity. So it's a good situation. We're excited, looking forward to it, and it's right around the corner.
Both teams have made their way back out here to the football field, and they've added another 3 minutes to the clock. South Harrison came out of the locker room late. Obviously, you want to give them a chance to warm up and stretch. before they have to play the second half here. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things happening. I know the wrestling program's up and coming under Coach Radcliffe, so that is going to be exciting. And then there's girls basketball as well. Zach Hayhurst enters, I believe, his third season as the head coach, and he brings back some talented guards in Kylie Saltus and Jenna Montgomery. So, they have some talent as well and have had some success. And so, in a lot of ways, there's some really, really good things happening here at South Harrison High School.
No doubt, just good athletics and all the way around, and that comes back to some. I mean, just the student athletes are very good, and they work hard, and I think there's good coaching in the different programs, and so it's good. Like I say, we want the community to know about all these different sports, and what I love is people in the community care.
Yeah,
I think I think people are very excited to hear about volleyball and about golf and girls basketball and wrestling and all these other things, soccer. That's what we hear. They're glad to know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's our goal. And moving forward, we're hoping to get even better at this by branching out and getting other people involved. Because Danny, it's obvious we can't do it all. So we're hoping to branch out. But Hawk Nation, we want to let you know, keep you informed of everything that is going on. Speaking of things going on, we're looking out of the press box, and the rubberized surface is about half complete here at the track, and that's really exciting. The high jump area is now rubberized, and the long jump pit is rubberized, and they are working over there by the pole vault, and of course I coach girls track, so it's really nice to have a surface that these athletes can come out and compete on. And I say compete because with this upgrade, we'll be able to host some of our own track meets, which is going to be wonderful because track struggles to have the finances to do a lot of different things, and hosting your own track meets really help.
Nice. And maybe I'm going to ask you a question, put you on the spot. You may not know. I you probably do. So talk to me. You said a new rubberized track. Mm-hmm. Explain. First of all, I kind of have an idea, but I imagine a lot of people have no idea. Tell me what that means and what that does.
Okay, so there's underneath of this new rubberized type surface is blacktop. They just came out and took off the rubberized surface. Now, what this does is, and I don't know all the technical chemical combinations and all that stuff, but basically when you run on it, it looks like blacktop. But when you run on it, it's a really soft, well, it's not really soft, but it's a softer surface, and it's easier on the kids, their legs, and everything when they're running. It just provides for a nice surface to run off of. We had a rubberized surface, but it had been, I think, over 13 years since it had been done, and it was just, honestly, it was becoming a safety issue. It had, like, potholes in it, right? Wow. So hopefully this will last us, and I know there's some other things in the works that for facilities around here, so we're excited. Kickoff, second half is underway. Kick goes into the hands of Parker Bunch, who has a nice return. He's up over the 40 to about the 44-yard line. I'm going to throw in one quick commercial. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Once again, thank you for sponsoring our halftime broadcast.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
The Hawks have a big mountain to climb here in the second half. 37-0 is the score. First down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Snap back to Radcliffe. Radcliffe hands it off. Hands it off to Seth Pumphrey, who runs straight ahead for about a 12-yard gain. And I'm going to make a correction here. It was not Radcliffe at the quarterback position. It was Jacob Haddix. And Seth Pumphrey just ran really, really hard. His first carry of the evening, and it was like a bulldozer.
First carry of the night and best run that he's had all season. And I'll tell you, as I'm watching that, I'm like, yeah. I mean, this is his kind of game. And I kind of mentioned that from a defensive standpoint, but That's the kind of runner that's going to be successful in these kind of conditions. We probably should have seen him more in the first half, but I'm excited to see what he can do here in the second.
1st and 10 from the 45 of East Hardy. It's a low snap. Haddix has to pick it up off the ground, really doesn't have anything to do. So it's those type of mistakes. You get a little momentum, then it's a low snap at his feet. He picks it up. He tries to take a step, and he slips. His knee goes down, and that's a loss of 2.
Yeah, frustrating. You're right. Good momentum from that first run. We're like, okay, here we go, see something, and then just a step backwards there. But we'll hopefully they can get right back to it. I really would like to see some more Pumphrey running the football here.
Well, 2nd down and 12. Snap back to Haddix. Hand off to Parker Bunch. Gains about 3. Gets down inside the 45 to the 44.
Little bit of a hole there, really. I see that Pumphrey doing a good job with the lead blocking. Not a big gain there, but still a little more push by the offensive line. I see some things improvement. And listen, the kids are playing hard here coming out. You see that right off the bat.
Interesting. Maybe I'm missing something, but I see Coach McCaffrey is down off the roof on the sideline. Snap back to Haddix. Handoff to number 35, Parker Bunch. Are you a little surprised we're not seeing more Seth Pumphrey?
I am, especially after that first run, to see him not backing in, but we'll keep an eye on that. Still a little bit of success there, but they're going to go for it on 4th down and about, 6 or 7? About 6, I think.
4th down and about 6 is what I'd call it as, down to the 41-yard line. Haddix still in the quarterback position. Snap back, hand off to Pumphrey. Runs straight ahead. I don't think he has enough for a 1st down. He kind of ran, that run was kind of like he was falling forward. When had he just been upright, I think he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, the hole was there. It was a nice run. He was running very hard. You're right. Almost looked like he was running downhill, which is a good thing, but just a little bit maybe too much forward lean and kind of fell down. But still, I saw some good things on that opening possession of the second half. One of the big things is the effort was better. The line had better push, and then a couple nice runs by Pumphrey there shows some positive things for South Harrison.
All right, Funkhauser not in the game at quarterback. Instead, they're going with Cole Poole. Snap comes back. Bad snap. He fumbles it, but is able to fall on top of it. Loss of about 5. Gets him back to the 31. And 2nd down at about 15.
Those are the kind of things I thought we'd maybe even see more of in the first half, and we didn't. But just the ball kind of hard to grasp. Then it's bouncing around back there. Fortunate for East Hardy, unfortunate for us. East Hardy jumped back on it, but it is a big loss on 1st down.
Second down and 15. Poole still in at quarterback. He's going to pass it. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down.
Swing pass out there to the receiver. Just a little bit beyond his ability to reach out and grab that for the catch. So 3rd and long. I'm assuming East Hardy starting to, put in some of their younger players. At 37-0, you could see that. Just surprising, maybe this early in the 3rd quarter. We'll have to watch and see if that's what they continue to do.
Snap comes back. It's a handoff. Gets out over the 30. On that carry, number 12, Christian Dove. I'm assuming younger brother of Chance Dove.
And a flag comes in. Danny, my view is obstructed. What happened there?
South Harrison continued to kind of pile on, and then they threw him down just a little bit too much. I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, stop. And they just a little bit too much. The official finally felt like he had to throw it, which is a shame because it's going to give him a first down after we had a 3-and-out. I mean, I know that's some of the frustration by the players, but you want to be smart there. We were starting to get some momentum.
The penalty will give the Cougars a first down. Wow. It was in a 3rd and long situation, and as you pointed out, Danny, they held them.
Yeah, they were going to have to, punt. We're going to have good field position there and a momentum, 3-and-out.
Snap comes back to Poole. Poole on the run. Tries to get to the outside. He does. Turns the corner. He's going to gain about 4. He gets right to midfield.
Couple players for South Harrison that time really in position to make a play, possibly in the backfield for a loss, but I give the quarterback for East Hardy credit there. He made a nice move just to get away from that, and then that allowed him to have a positive gain on the play.
Gain of 4 will bring up 2nd down and 6 from midfield. Little pitch out to number 12, Dove. He'll be wrestled out of bounds by number 10.
I thought there was going to be more room that time for the running back. It was well blocked, and good job really by the Hawk defender there to close quickly and bring up 3rd down because I thought it was going to be a first down and more.
Thomas on the tackle. 3rd down and 3. All right. We hit the power strip there and went silent, but we're back.
3rd and 3, East Hardy took a timeout there before. It was really their best offensive possession of the game, so I'm anxious to see them get the ball back, see what they can do to build on that.
6:16 to go here in the 3rd. Been a struggle all evening for the Hawks. It does appear, as Danny pointed out earlier, that East Hardy is mixing in some of their younger players in a contest they have to feel pretty good about as far as retaining the lead and getting out of Lost Creek with a W. 3rd down and 4. The Hawks were able to hold them on the last 3rd down, but a penalty moved the chains. Quarterback keeps it. And on the tackle, number 25, Seth Pumphrey, literally picked the quarterback, Cole Poole, up and slammed him to the ground.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, that's a very accurate description. It was just that he did get the first down barely. Pumphrey picked him up and threw him down behind the first down marker, but he threw him to the ground hard. That's the 2nd time he's done that, but that one had a little more authority to it. And it got the Hawk faithful over here pretty fired up.
I'm just looking down the sideline, Danny. I was noticing this earlier. And the Hawks, if you look down there, Coach McCaffrey has his headset on. He appears to be calling the defensive plays as Coach Brett Hathaway appears he's not calling the plays. Handoff. This handoff goes out to number 12, Christian Dove, who appears to be just as fast as his brother. And then move the chains.
sweet play that time, and very good blocking and execution. Nice run. They got the first down. So this is where, again, not to harp on it too much, but we had a 3-and-out. We had a stop after the play was done. Too much physical play by the Hawks, drew a penalty, gave them the first down. Now they're moving the football. Would have been nice just if we would have been a little smarter there. We could have had the ball back right now.
First down and 10. Ball now down to the 33-yard line. Snap comes back. It's a handoff to Dove. Gets out to the left side. A flag is thrown, likely to be a holding call. He gets down inside the 20. It will be good enough for a first down, but I think we're bringing it back with the holding, and we are.
Officials have done a good job tonight. It seems like to me recognizing holds, critical holds that really were keys to plays, and called them back. East Hardy's had multiple holdings that brought big plays back.
Now, just to correct something, I'm watching down there. I'm watching these different dynamics, and of course, you never know what's going on. But Coach Hathaway is coaching. I just saw him coaching some of those kids, but I don't know. That holding call is going to put it all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Just watching the clock to see if it was still running. Unfortunately, it's not.
It will in the fourth quarter. But I think only if someone screams, it's fourth quarter.
Yes, well, I'm sure she will.
Snap comes back to Poole. Poole fakes the handoff to Dove. He's going to run out to the right side. He keeps it. He's up. To the 40-yard line, and he paid for that one again, courtesy of number 25, Seth Pumphrey. I'm going to tell you straight up, he took a shot now.
They have put some hits on in the second half, this Hawk defense has. I mean, I don't, it'd be easy to just kind of put your head down 37-0. It's been a long season. It's a rainy, nasty, muddy night. I'm not seeing that. I mean, especially on the defensive side, they've been playing hard. And really, again, they did have a nice few plays on that last drive offensively as well.
Second down and about 17. Movement on the line. Flag is thrown. No, it's a delay of game. So that'll back them up 5 more to a second down and 22. Yeah, so Coach Hathaway is apparently calling the plays. Coach McCaffrey is down there helping, and that just could be because some younger players are in there.
And sometimes coaches, I've seen staffs make some changes as far as even like someone's up in the booth and they're down on the field for different reasons. It's hard to say as to why that is or would be.
Second down and 22. Snap back to Poole. Poole looking to pass. He does. Passes across the middle. Throws it behind the receiver. With the field conditions, he's just not able to get back to it. Incomplete. Third down.
Both teams have continued to throw the football here and there, and I've been surprised. The receiver was open, but the pass was behind him, as you called. And it's got to be. It's just difficult. I mean, that ball, they are trying to wipe it off, and they switch balls in between plays as much as they can. But it still gets slippery and muddy, and it makes it hard to get a good grip on it and make a good pass.
If you're East Hardy, though, you have more flexibility as to what you can do.
Sure. Yep.
Snap back. Fakes the handoff to Dove. Poole going to keep it, run straight ahead. And meeting him once again was Pumphrey, but it was an interesting dynamic there this time. When Poole looked up and saw Pumphrey coming at him, he just went down.
He just kind of said, you know what? Let me help you out there. I'm just going to go to the ground. Yeah, because I thought it almost was like wrestling.
Yeah.
Slamming him to the ground.
Fourth down and 20. Cougars are going to punt. It's a high punt. Takes a hop. And they're going to down it inside the 5. So one of the things you talked about in the first half, at the end of the first half, as a matter of fact, the end of the second quarter, was some of the decisions down there inside the 5. Anything change now with the situation we're in, or you still straight up the middle?
I mean, it's a little bit different situation because you're not worried about just trying to run the clock out. I mean, but I still think you don't do a pitch, you don't toss it back into the end zone, you don't do a pass. I mean, I don't know if you do a quarterback sneak, but you definitely run some quick hitting, straight up the middle plays, trying to get yourself some more room to breathe.
Radcliffe actually getting the snap inside. He's in his own end zone. Snap back, hands it off to Pumphrey. Pumphrey runs straight ahead and gets up to about the 4, which would be the original line of scrimmage. What would be the benefit of getting under center here versus a pistol look or a shotgun look?
I mean, I like under center in this situation, and then maybe just a quick turn to a fullback. It's a quicker developing play. It doesn't take as long. Obviously, when you're in the shotgun too, you run a little bit of a risk of a bad snap, and then you're in the end zone. So, I mean, it makes the play develop a little bit slower. The running back got the ball at the goal line, had to run 4 yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 4. Handoff again to Pumphrey. He gets up near the 10-yard line to about the 8. Gain of 4 will bring up 3rd down and 6.
Exact same play, just did same formation, same play, did the same thing again. That time there was more room to move. Pumphrey did a good job of keeping his feet moving, getting as much yardage as he could. So there is a little bit more room now, and it's 3rd down and kind of medium. Real interesting what the call will be.
Snap comes back. Hands it off this time to Haddix. Correction. Hand off to Parker Bunch. No gain, brings up 4th down. So Colombo, who's really had his back against the wall throughout the evening, is going to punt it from his own end zone.
Been tough, and he's again done a really nice job time and time again of making the catch and getting the punts out of there. This will be another challenge for him, this time out of his own end zone.
Snap comes back. It's a good snap. He has the time and thus gets off a good punt. And fair catch at the 37-yard line. So good punt there by Colombo.
Nice snap. You said it. That's probably the best snap we've seen tonight. It was right there to him. That way he didn't have to, lose the timing and jump all over the place to get the ball, and just able to make a really nice punt. Still, very good field position for East Hardy because South Harrison was backed up so far.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for East Hardy from the South Harrison 37-yard line. Snap comes back, handoff to Dove. Dove, weaving his way through, gets up over the 35, down to about the 34-yard line. A modest gain on his 1st down run of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Same, I think I'm going to call it the second group for East Hardy in there. Certainly from a skill position standpoint, they seem very content just to run a basic offense and run the ball up the middle, which really is what they did in the first half as well. They didn't need to do anything real exotic. They just won the battle at the line of scrimmage, and their backs ran hard.
Flag is thrown. Plays blown dead. Emotion on the line of East Hardy, and that's going to back them up 5 and bring up 2nd down and 12.
Looked like the slot receiver as well left a little bit early. They were able to, the officials jumped right on that and stopped the play.
10 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The clock will run in the 4th Snap comes back. Handoff. Wow. Touchdown. On the run is a kid that had a pick six earlier, Adam Larson. They hand it off to him, and he runs about 40 yards for another East Hardy touchdown to finish the first half of action. The score here now, East Hardy 43, awaiting the extra point.
It was just very well blocked and executed. I mean, that is exactly what you want. The hole was there. He really just went untouched. I mean, he went right through the hole, right through the defense, right into the end zone. That's how you draw it up, and that's exactly what happened. And they got another touchdown.
Funkhauser is on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That brings the score to 44-0. Fourth quarter right around the corner. Stay tuned.
If you are a South Harrison High School Hawk fan and have dreams of big things to come for our athletic teams and our facilities, we would love to have you join our team. The South Harrison High School Athletic Boosters meet the second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. in the high school cafeteria. Volunteering today creates opportunities for our teams in the future. The South Harrison High School Athletic Boosters are cheering for you, Hawks. Let's do this. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. 44-0 is the score, and the clock is already running even before the kickoff. East Hardy kicks it off as a short kick, takes a hop right around the 33, handled there by, I think it's Radcliffe. No, it is not. It is Hunter Daughtry, number 24.
I like what East Hardy's done on those kicks. I think it would work any week, but certainly in a week like this with the field conditions, they just kind of bloop it right up into the middle part of the field where there's nobody at, and that ball bounces around, and a lot of things can happen. It hasn't worked out for them as far as getting the turnover yet, but it certainly could at any point.
Again, a running clock here in the fourth quarter because the deficit is 35 points or more. Haddock's in at quarterback. Snap comes back. He's looking to get to the outside. He's got some room, but the hole that was there closes very quickly as number 11, Chris Poole, brings Haddock's down for a loss of 1.
I'm looking down there on the sideline. I count 7 players in uniform that are on the sidelines. 7, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. 7, I mean, wow. And there's almost as many players in street clothes on the sidelines as there are in uniform.
Yeah, and Logan Langford was carted out with a lower leg injury, so I don't know. Handoff to Bunch. Gains about 8, maybe 9 on the play. Gets up over the 40. You know, when he's had the ball, he's ran well.
Yeah. And is this their second possession? Is this only their second possession in the second half?
Ooh.
Am I forgetting one? They had one at the beginning, and it was a decent possession.
They got one deep down here.
Then the deep, okay. Yeah. But as far as in regular field position, this is, and then they're moving it a little bit better. I mean, I've seen some better execution in the second half.
3rd down and 2. Snap back to Haddix. Haddix hands it off to Pumphrey. Pumphrey running hard, gets a 1st down, nears midfield up to about the 47-yard line, and the Hawks move the chains.
I'm liking it. I think stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And what's working right now is this power running game, especially with Pumphrey running hard. Keep it going. I mean, they have done a better job in the second half offensively.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Snap comes back to Haddix. Haddix hands it off to Bunch. Bunch running hard. 2nd effort, gets a 1st down. Maybe the best run play of the evening for the Hawks as he gets down deeper into East Hardy territory near the 35-yard line, and Parker Bunch running hard and moving the chains for the Hawks.
Very nice run. It was well blocked a little bit. There was room to run, but really what made the run exceptional was the fact that he broke a couple tackles and just ran very hard, dove forward at the end, getting as much yardage as possible. And you already mentioned how well he was running here in the second half, and that is a great example of it right there.
1st and 10, ball at the 37-yard line. Snap comes back to Haddix. Haddix hands it off to Bunch. Bunch tries to turn the corner. He's going to gain a couple as he gets up to right at the 35-yard line, but it's going to bring up 2nd down.
Pretty much the same play that time. Got a little, it's 3 or 4 yards. I mean, that's it's positive gains on 1st down, and those are things we weren't seeing in the first half. And again, these are the things you got to pull from because this is a young team. It's been a long season. It's been rough, but they haven't given up, and they're building on it. And this could pay dividends down the line in the future years.
Snap back. Hands it off to number 45, Zach Feathers. He's running at the fullback position. He gains a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. They're moving the football, though, Danny.
Definitely. Well, this is their best drive of the night, and they had another decent drive early in the second half here. So, nice job here.
Under 7 minutes to go here in the contest. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Hawks trailing 44-0 against this East Hardy team. Snap back. This time it looked like Bunch lined up at quarterback and handed it off to 32 Jacob Haddix, who gains maybe 2 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
How many different players have taken a snap at quarterback this year? Is that 6?
You start with Robinson. You go to McFadden, Radcliffe, Haddix, Bunch. I count 5. Am I missing someone?
It may just be 5, but still, that's a lot of different kids that have taken snaps at quarterback.
Well, the coaching staff seemed to come in with the philosophy of moving players around. Even when everyone was healthy, that seemed to be the case. 4th down and 6. And the play is going to be blown dead because, well, it's a delay of game. So now it'll go from 4th and 6 to 4th and 11. I don't know that it matters all that much other than, well, it matters 5 yards.
Yeah, it matters on this drive, but I think that's one. So that's something to say when you're switching quarterbacks around that, calling the play, getting in and out of the huddle. If you've not done that very much, it makes a difference, those things. So those are sometimes the little things that become bigger things.
Snap back. Play's going to be blown dead again. You would have to assume false start here. Yep. So 4th and 6 turns into 4th and 11, turns into 4th and 16.
What was a really nice drive has gone backwards here all of a sudden. Disappointing. I do want to go back to this. It's a little bit late, but I will. The fourth quarter, they had that fourth quarter on there before they even put 12 minutes. Like, they made sure when it switched over, they were ready. I've never seen it happen that fast.
Snap back, a little toss out.
A lot of room here.
Parker Bunch, the blocks look pretty good. He cuts. No, that's Haddix. He's got a first down still on his feet down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And, Danny, you said it. There was a lot of room, and Haddix able to take advantage of it and move the chains for the Hawks and keep the drive alive that seemed destined for failure.
It did. Toss sweep to the left. What made that play was the lead blockers got out ahead. They all got a helmet on somebody and executed the blocks. And Haddix did a real nice job using his speed, and then he made a nice cut back there, which was critical to get that last little bit of yardage to get the first down.
Snap back to Haddix. Haddix. No, that's a snap back to Bunch. Hand off to Haddix, who gets down inside the 5 to about the 3. It's close to a first down. Are they going to mark him down at the 5? I can't tell. Regardless, a nice run there. Puts him near the end zone. Get the goose egg off the board.
And these kids are young. I mean, I think, boy, an off season in the weight room and the experience they've had, and even just a couple years down the line. I mean, there's multiple freshmen playing key roles now, and that will help them later.
East Hardy's going to take a timeout. We will take one as well. Score here, 2:53 to go in the game, 44-0 East Hardy.
Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
East Hardy takes the time out there to try to prevent South Harrison from scoring. Ball is right at the 4-yard line. They can get a first down. They need the 2. Snap back to Parker. Bunch. Hand off to Haddix, and Haddix runs straight up the middle into the end zone. And the Hawks put together a nice drive there, Danny.
Very nice drive. Best of the game, obviously, for them because of the touchdown, but the longest sustained drive. And I tell you, the key thing was after a couple big penalties that put them back into a 3rd and long, they had the really nice run on the sweep by Haddix, well blocked, ultimately leading to the touchdown.
44-6, awaiting the extra point. Colombo gets the chance to score here. After what has been a phenomenal evening for him, again, against all odds, many times and put in very bad places. A flag is thrown. The kick is up and through. See what the flag is. Motion against the Hawks. They'll have to re-kick it.
Tough for your coaching staff. Everybody, fans are frustrated. Just you get the kick through and just another penalty. And those kind of penalties. I mean, some penalties are physical, aggressive plays, and you can live with that. The ones where they're false starts, those are mental breakdowns. And at this point in the season, really, you'd like to be past that. And they happen here and there, but there's been multiple tonight.
A lot of that could just be a revolving door of personnel, too.
True.
Snap back. Colombo puts it up. It looks like he made it. Yeah. 44-7, 2:39 to go. Take another quick break. We'll be back.
Buying a new home is very exciting, but it can also be very overwhelming and an intimidating process. My name is Danny Knight with Home Finders Plus, and I make it my goal to partner with you and be there for you every step of the way. From showings all the way to the closing table, I will make your home buying process enjoyable and stress-free. Call me today at 304-629-3608, email danny@homefindersplus.com, or visit our website, homefindersplus.com. Danny Knight, Home Finders Plus, broker Monica Gorel, 304-629-3608.
If you are a South Harrison High School Hawk fan and have dreams of big things to come for our athletic teams and our facilities, we would love to have you join our team. The South Harrison High School Athletic Boosters meet the second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. in the high school cafeteria. Volunteering today creates opportunities for our teams in the future. The South Harrison High School Athletic Boosters are cheering for you, Hawks. Let's do this.
Colombo wanted to kick it away. The rain really coming down now this evening. Kicks up. Takes a hop. Return man has a lot of room. Gets up over the 40 to about the 46. And the clock will run. So I'm anxious to see how East Hardy handles this. With the running clock. You know,
do they just take knees?
Yeah. Classic thing to do or not?
I don't know. I mean, I tell you what's classy is that they put their second team in at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah,
37 points. I mean, it really.
So
I
then, if you're
surprised.
coach, you're saying, "Hey, listen,
I already did that. I'm going to let my kids run."
This is 2 minutes for them to improve,
yeah,
right?
It's these kids want to. They practiced all year. They want to play. We'll see what they do, but I think they're justified to run basic plays.
They better hurry and do something. Play clock down to 1, and they're going to get a delay game. No one's seen it. That's Dove. He runs up over midfield, down into South Harrison territory.
I think the officials were well aware and just said, "I'm not throwing a flag here for the delay of game." I could be wrong.
Well, they're probably thinking, "Listen,
it does." Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I think they did the right thing.
Gain of 6 brings up second down and 4. The rain's pouring down, and they're probably like, it's pasty.
Yeah. That's so I hear, yeah.
Under a minute. Snap back. Dove runs ahead to the 40. They don't have to run another play unless they choose, as the play clock will exceed the game clock. They're not going to. They'll call it the night.
Well, we did see some better things in the second half from the offense and the defense. I thought the kids played hard. Some young kids had some success running the football. They did get the touchdown. So, obviously a tough night, some injuries again tonight, but some positive things in the second half.
More injuries, more setbacks, and we did not note that they were without Austin King this evening. He had an injury as well. Number 61, who missed the start of the season due to injury, was able to come back and really help plug some holes. So it's just a depleted roster, right? I mean, it's just a bad situation. And again, kudos to the players who continue to show up for practice and continue to work hard,
right?
And the coaches who continue to coach, right?
And I do think, I think we'll see benefits from that in the future years. It's tough right now. You know, you talked at halftime. We talked about Nick Finstermacher being a 4-year guy, and he took. You know, it was tough as a freshman. He made some mistakes, but those things now make him better because of the experience. I think that in a few years, we'll be saying some of those things about these young kids who really they're taking their lumps this year, but they're getting experience. They're going to get bigger. They're going to get stronger. They're going to get more confident, and this program will rise back.
It will. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, Danny, and we started talking about it before the first game. Before the kickoff of the first game, we talked about how, you know, the coaching staff came in. It was a new coaching staff. It was a bunch of new players after losing some historically great, we'll call them great players, you know, who had multiple chances to compete at Division I. And, you know, you lose those type of players. You have a new coaching staff. You have the challenges you have. It was a difficult task with everyone healthy, is what I'm trying to say. Now you're facing the situation where it seems like every week someone else goes down, right? I mean, so it's a difficult situation.
It was going to be a difficult. It was going to be a rebuilding transition year, without a doubt. We knew that. Then when you add in the injuries to the key players, the best players on the team, I mean, that's why we're sitting here at 1-8 and right. All the things that are going on. But so people you have to keep things in perspective. You have to put it in perspective. You have to take all the things into account. It'd be real easy to get, you know, say a lot of things, but I do think that the hard times of this season will make them better in the future. Coach Underwood said it. Adversity makes hard
times.
I have never got that.
Hard times make hard men.
Hard times make hard men, and I think that will prove true. I don't think we really saw the results of that this year, but I think we will in the coming years.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point. I think moving forward, that's an excellent point. That, you know, again, so much adversity coming in, so much adversity throughout. They continue to plug along. They continue to work at it. They continue to get better. And honestly, young players have been forced into situations that they would not have been forced into had everyone been healthy. So looking forward, this season, you got one more game. You're not going to make the playoffs, right? So you're playing for pride next week against Liberty. That's it. That's what you got. You're coming out. You're playing for your community. You're playing for your teammates. You're playing for your coaches. You're playing for your school, and that's the focus. And now, like you said, get a year in the weight room. Do the things you need to do to improve. But the upside to this at this point is those young players got opportunities they never would have got.
No doubt. I mean, in past years, Radcliffe, Bunch, Haddix, on down the line, kids being key players would be playing JV games on Monday nights. That's where they would have been playing. So now they're seeing Friday night lights. They're seeing varsity action. They're going up against seniors. 4 years makes a big difference physically from your freshman year to your senior year, and so, you know, that's what we're seeing. And I think it's rough this year, but it'll pay off in the future.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to thank you for listening. We will be back on the air next week here at Gary Barnett Field to bring you the contest between South Harrison and the Liberty Mountaineers. Next week, it's senior night. We say goodbye to our senior athletes. They'll play their final game here at South Harrison High School at Gary Barnett Field. So, well, we hope you have a great evening and a great weekend. For Danny Knight, I'm Tom Sears. Have a wonderful night, and, well, may God bless. Take care.